Akashvani presents Morning News. Good morning, I'm Sunil Verma. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi returns to New Delhi after landmark visit to US and Egypt. Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh to address security conclave in Jammu today. Third G20 Infrastructure Working Group meeting under India's G20 Presidency to begin today in Rishikesh, Uttarakhand. Central Railway to run 156 special trains to clear extra rush of passengers during Ganpati festival. Bookings to start tomorrow. IMD warns of heavy rain in East Central and parts of Northwest India during next 5 days. And in table tennis, Indian women's doubles pair of Sutirtha and Ayhika clinches WTT Contender tournament title in Tunis. Prime Minister Narendra Modi returned to New Delhi last night after concluding his 6-day visit to the US and Egypt. During the visit, the Prime Minister signed several landmark agreements with the two countries. Mr. Modi was received at the Palam airport by BJP National President JP Nadda, Minister of State for External Affairs Meenakshi Lekhi and other party MPs. The Prime Minister had embarked on his visit to the US on June the 20th, and in New York he led a historic event at the UN headquarters to commemorate the 9th International Day of Yoga on June the 21st. Later in Washington, D.C., Mr. Modi was given a red carpet welcome at the White House by President Biden. The two leaders held a historic summit, followed by PM Modi's address to Congress and a state dinner hosted at the White House by the Bidens in his honor. The visit was marked by several major deals to boost cooperation in key areas such as defense, space, and trade. An agreement between HAL and GE for the joint production of F-414 aircraft engines was one of the major achievements of Prime Minister Modi's visit to the US. The Prime Minister arrived in Cairo on Saturday after concluding his high-profile state visit to the US and was received at the airport by Egyptian Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli. During the visit, the Prime Minister met Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi for bilateral talks in Cairo and discussed ways to further strengthen the strategic partnership between the two countries. The leaders discussed ways to further deepen the partnership between the two countries, including in trade and investment, defense and security, renewable energy, cultural and people-to-people ties. An agreement to elevate the bilateral relationship to a strategic partnership was signed by the leaders. 3 MOUs in the fields of agriculture, archaeology and antiquities, and competition law were also signed. President Sisi also conferred Mr. Modi with Order of the Nile, which is Egypt's highest state honor award. This is the 13th such highest state honor that various countries across the world have conferred upon Mr. Modi. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has said that Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to the US has been historic and it redefined strategic participation in various areas of common goals between the two countries. Addressing a press conference at party headquarters in New Delhi, Ms. Sitharaman said that during this visit of the Prime Minister, many important agreements have been signed in areas of defense production, technology and employment. She said that the agreement between HAL and GE for the joint production of F-414 aircraft engines was one of the major achievements of Prime Minister Modi's visit to the US.
GE has signed an agreement with HAL for joint production of F-414 engines, aircraft engines. Now this will be made in India. 80% of technology is getting transferred. HAL is what is going to have this joint production agreement with the GE. And these made in India engines will be used for HAL's own Tejas aircraft. You know, Tejas is a completely Indian-made aircraft for which the engine now is being the GE F-414 engines.
Talking about PM address to joint session of Congress, she said, very few people have got the opportunity to address the US Congress, and the Prime Minister was invited by both the parties of America. Ms. Sitharaman added that for the second time for a PM to be called to address a joint session of the US Congress is a matter of pride for all of us in this country. Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh will address security conclave and review the political scenario in Jammu and Kashmir today. The conclave will be held at the General Zorawar Singh Auditorium in Jammu University, which will be attended by ex-servicemen, writers, journalists and other senior security experts. The minister is arriving in Jammu on a day-long visit. The security conclave is part of the Bharatiya Janata Party's ongoing program to highlight the 9-year achievements of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi-led government. Following the conclave, Rajnath Singh will visit the BJP office at Trikut Nagar and meet with senior party leaders to discuss the current political security situation in Jammu and Kashmir. BJP is organizing several programs as part of its month-long Maha Jan Sampark Abhiyan to commemorate the completion of 9 years of the Modi government at the centre. Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh called on Home Minister Amit Shah in New Delhi last evening and briefed him about the evolving situation on the ground in Manipur. In a tweet, the Manipur Chief Minister said that under Home Minister's close supervision, the state and central governments have been able to control the violence to a great extent in the past week. There has been no report of casualties due to the violence since the 13th of June. He said Mr. Shah has assured that the central government will take all possible steps to bring normalcy in Manipur. The Home Minister advised Manipur government to strengthen work towards achieving everlasting peace and also sought the cooperation of stakeholders in Manipur to ensure that peace prevails in the state. The third meeting of the Infrastructure Working Group under India's G20 Presidency will begin today at Narendra Nagar, Rishikesh in Uttarakhand. A total of 63 delegates from G20 member states, invitees and international organizations have arrived in Narendra Nagar to participate in the meeting. During the 3-day event, various official meetings and cultural programs have been planned for the delegates. Apart from formal discussions, the delegates will experience the rich culture and beautiful landscapes of Rishikesh. The G20 Infrastructure Working Group will deliberate on various aspects of infrastructure investment, including developing infrastructure as an asset class, promoting quality infrastructure investment, and mobilizing financial resources for infrastructure investment. The key priority to be discussed in this meeting is financing tomorrow's cities, inclusive, resilient, and sustainable, among other priorities. This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. Central Railway has announced the operation of Ganpati special trains to facilitate travel during the Ganpati festival, as a large number of people travel to villages to celebrate the festival. According to Central Railways, in order to meet the festival rush ahead of Ganesh Chaturthi, Railways will run 156 Ganpati special trains. These trains will run on various routes, including stations between the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Terminus, CSMT, Mumbai, Panvel, and Samantabadi, Ratnagiri, Pune, Karmali, Kudal, to clear the extra rush of passengers during the Ganpati festival. Bookings of the fully reserved train will start tomorrow. The festivities, which will be celebrated in September, will see a surge in the number of passengers. The trains will provide convenient travel options for passengers. India Meteorological Department, IMD, has forecast isolated heavy to very heavy rainfall over east central and parts of northwest India during the next 5 days. Heavy to very heavy rainfall is likely over Odisha, Rajasthan, Uttarakhand, West Uttar Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh, Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh today. The Met Department said conditions are favourable for further advance of southwest monsoon into some more parts of Gujarat, Rajasthan, Haryana, Punjab and remaining parts of Jammu and Kashmir during today and tomorrow. Delhi will witness generally cloudy sky with moderate rain today. The maximum temperature will hover around 30 degrees Celsius and the minimum around 23 degrees Celsius. The Met Department has issued a yellow alert in Delhi for today and tomorrow. Light to moderate rain and thunder showers are expected to hit Delhi in the coming days, and the sky condition will remain generally clouded. Monsoon hit Delhi 2 days ahead of schedule yesterday and brought cheer and relief from the sultry heat to Delhiites. We spoke to senior scientist at IMD R.K. Jainamani.
Heavy to very heavy rainfall has been occurring over Punjab, Odisha and then Chhattisgarh, Bihar, and there is a low pressure system over Odisha and neighborhood, and because of that we have the orange color warning for Odisha, Chhattisgarh and Bihar. Bombay rainfall has reduced and only the main Kolaba and Santa Cruz has moderate rainfall. Delhi also has no significant rainfall yesterday night, and we are mainly warning for the Western Himalayan states like Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh and Jammu and Kashmir. We have kept the orange color and red color warning mainly for the Uttarakhand, and mainly for the Bombay also we are keeping the heavy rainfall warning.
The southwest monsoon has been active all over Telangana, with Yelakapelle of Komaram Bhim Asifabad district receiving 56.8 millimeters of rainfall and Ichod of Adilabad receiving over 55 millimeters during the past 24 hours. Light to moderate rainfall was received at many places all over the state during the same period. The day temperatures have come down considerably following the spreading of monsoon all over the state. In Odisha, at least 12 passengers were killed and several others injured in a head-on collision involving an OSRTC bus and a private bus in Ganjam last night. The tragic road mishap reportedly took place near Digarpahandi. All injured have been admitted to MKCG Medical College and Hospital in Behrampur. Odisha Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik has announced an ex gratia of 3 lakh rupees each to the next of kin of the deceased and free medical treatment for the injured. The Indian women's doubles pair of Sutirtha Mukherjee and Ayhika Mukherjee won the World Table Tennis WTT Contender tournament in Tunis after beating the Japanese pair of Miyu Kihara and Miwa Harimoto. The pair also became the first Indians to win a contender title this year. In our bilingual live phone-in program Public Speak at 9:30 tonight, we will bring you an insightful discussion on the topic of cybercrime and cyber awareness with Rajesh Kumar, CEO, Indian Cybercrime Coordination Center. During the program, listeners will have the opportunity to pose questions to our expert on various aspects of cybercrime, including digital frauds, online threats, security measures, complaint mechanism, and any other related queries. To participate, simply dial the telephone number 011-2371-7106 and 011-2331-4444 from 9:30 p.m. onwards. Alternatively, you can also send your queries via WhatsApp to the number 928-909-4044. And now, for a look at today's newspapers, it's over to Tanvi Khurana.
Thank you, Sunil. India-Egypt upgrade ties to strategic partnership headlines The Tribune. PM Modi and Egyptian President discuss trade, defence and security, writes the paper. Under the headline, Short-Lived Revolt with Long-Term Results for Putin, the pioneer writes that Putin's deal with Wagner troops has severely dented Putin's reputation. China is helping Pakistan Army build defence infrastructure along the LOC, reports the Asian Age. At nearly 30%, credit card dues have grown twice as fast as bank loans in a year, reports the Times of India. Monsoon rains arrive in Delhi, Mumbai same day, headlines Hindustan Times. The last time this happened was on 21st of June 1961, informs the paper. And finally, organs of Prasenjit Mohanty from Odisha, who was declared brain dead, have given new lease of life to 4 persons in 3 states, reports the Indian Express. And with that, it's back to you, Sunil.
Thank you, Tanvi. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi returns to New Delhi after landmark visit to US and Egypt. Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh to address security conclave in Jammu today. Third G20 Infrastructure Working Group meeting under India's G20 Presidency to begin today in Rishikesh, Uttarakhand. Central Railway to run 156 special trains to clear extra rush of passengers during Ganpati festival. Bookings to start tomorrow. IMD warns of heavy rain in Eastcentral and parts of northwest India during the next 5 days. And in table tennis, Indian women's doubles pair of Sutirtha and Ayhika clinches WTT Contender tournament title in Tunis. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.